full year as the head coach, what have you learned about Brian Keefe?
Um, yeah, it was a new year for him. And I think it was really good for him to experience like a full year under his belt, knowing that he had about half a season. But I think we were able to figure out that Coach BK is a player's coach, extremely dedicated, extremely passionate um, to his craft, loves the game. It's something that I took away from this year. I think the rest of a lot of the other guys did as well. Is he just loves coaching and he loves trying to put us in a position to be successful, each and every player. And we felt that regardless of the outcome of the game, coming in and just finding ways to get 1% better in practice or on the road or in the game. So that was something that's commendable for sure, being a player.
To what degree does he hold the team accountable?
I mean, as much as you can. I think we've built an environment where we're all capable of holding each other accountable because we know it's coming from a genuine safe space of just wanting to get better, not only as a group, but you want to see the person next to you succeed as well. And that starts with the head coach and then trickles down. So really good environment that we got going on in terms of um, holding each other accountable and trying to become better each and every day.
What's up, JP?
So, bro,
How you doing?
I'm good.
You played at all-star level this season, man. Obviously, team performance was a big reason why you didn't make the team. But this team will be better next year. As far as a personal goal, next year you thinking all-star?
Yeah, definitely. Every year.
Look at this guard rotation, man. You, Bub, AJ, man. Is this the guard rotation that's going to lead this team to the next championship?
Yeah, I think we're building something pretty special. I remember sitting here last year just kind of talking about what it takes to build the foundation and laying down the pieces. And this year we've definitely put the frame up for the building. A lot of young guys came in who work hard. Mm, they listen. They're willing to learn. They're extremely coachable. And then you mix that with a good group of guys of vets who have played experienced high-level basketball, who are very much comfortable in themselves. They have confidence in themselves, and they know what they bring to the table. And we're going to continue to try to add pieces to this team, but I think we um, laid down the pieces that need to be laid down in order to be a competitive team. And it's really good to have the young guys get the reps that they did throughout the course of the year because it teaches them and they learn from that. And now they got an off season to really hone in on the things that they want to get better at and the things that we'll expect from them from the organization coming in next season. And definitely really excited with the momentum that we have going into the off season.
Chase, what stands out about Marcus Smart as a teammate, and what did you think of sort of the hands-on demonstrations that the cameras caught a few times?
Yeah, there are not many people like Marcus that come around, and if you want to be a winning team, if you want to be a competitive team, if you want to be a team that establishes a culture, you need a guy like Marcus. A lot of people, a lot of players have, specific skill sets. Some people are athletic, some people can shoot, some people can pass. Marcus's energy, Marcus's leadership, his impact on the game is an elite skill set that he has, and I think you could tell from day one that a lot of the guys, a lot of the coaches in the organization were able to feed off of his energy. And something I thought was really dope was that the fans and the environment and the city also fed off of his energy as well, which is really good to collaborate with the young energy that we have going on now and the youthfulness. So I'm a big fan of Marcus, and I was glad to finally have him teach me how to guard as opposed to him guarding me all game this year, which was pretty cool.
And Bilal last year guarded star players, but the numbers suggest he had more success doing that this year. As someone who faces the top defender on opposing teams, what did you notice from him in that regard and his growth defensively?
Yeah, I think everybody here knows how close the relationship me and Bilal have is, and I just love picking his brain just because he's a young and up-and-coming star in the league, and just the way he takes pride in stopping defenders and stopping the best team and living up to the challenge each and every night of guarding the best player and locking them down. It's something that doesn't come around that often, and he's extremely skilled, and I think he knows that, and he puts that to test each and every night when we're out there. And it's just, really cool to see how hungry he is at such an early stage in his career. Yeah, we'll probably have a lot of battles this summer just because we both love our craft, and I want to find ways to continue to consistently score the best defender or get my teammates involved, and he wants to be someone who wants to stop the other team's best defender. So it's really cool to see his growth and see how he's grown over the last couple of years.
Hey, Jordan. This year is obviously pretty big for you in terms of being top on the team at your best numbers. How do you identify yourself as a player now? More of like a scoring first still, or more also a playmaker as well? Or how would you prioritize that?
I feel like I've always played the same like version of myself, using my speed and my talents on the offensive end to help our team, but also get teammates involved. They kind of go hand in hand. Like when I'm aggressive and I'm looking to score and I'm looking to put the ball in the basket, that opens up opportunities for my teammates. And I've always been a willing passer, and I've always looked to put my teammates in the easiest possible position for them to be successful, whether that's scoring or getting them to the free throw line or getting a matchup change. But I feel like they go hand in hand in terms of scoring and just trying to set my team up. But I think this year was really good representation of just me being back in my normal position for the entirety of the season, and getting back to just playing pretty high level basketball when I'm in that role.
What do you want to work on the most this offseason?
You guys always ask me the same question, but I'm not telling you, bro. I can't tell you. I guess we're just going to have to find out next year.
And to that point about you playing your natural position, I remember I asked you at a media day in September, with all the stuff you went through last year, the coaching change, starting, coming off the bench, you kind of called it. You said me playing my natural position for an entire year will really help my development and my productivity.
Yeah.
So just how much did it help you having that consistency, not having to deal with the coaching change, not having to deal with all the outside distractions?
Yeah, I think there was something that I heard that was like it's hard to be consistent in an inconsistent environment. And I think this year was a really good representation of just having a sense of direction for everybody, not only on the team, but in the organization. And a lot of people getting more settled and building the right culture, so everybody knows what to expect from one another. And then just translating that onto the court, I think night in and night out we knew as a team, at least the players out there, who was going to do what. And as the season went along, we just could trust each other, knowing who would be in what positions, who to go to at what for what times. And just like the fun stuff of the competing in real time in basketball games. And like I said, just playing my natural position. Me and Coach BK talked about it as soon as he became head coach last year. And I think we saw the glimpse of that from the last 25 games or so last year, and then use that momentum going into this year. And very much, a product of my normal self this year.
You mentioned building culture. A lot of people in the organization have been talking about the work you put into your body and to your game. It's almost become ironic at this point because they keep talking about it. Everybody's talking about it.
Yeah.
But do you think that sets a precedent for the young guys because you already came in with talent, but you still work on your craft? Is that something that you see them observing, and do you do that intentionally?
Yeah. I wouldn't say I do it intentionally, just because it's a part of just my character, the way I grew up. What got me to the position that I've been in. That's not something that you turn on and turn off. But I also think that we brought in the right guys who actively want to do that. They actively want to learn the right way to do things. They have open ears. They are curious in ways to learn, to enhance their game, to enhance working on their bodies. So for me personally, it's just the way that I've always operated. I'm just glad I get to do it, have the opportunity to do it as being like the leader of a franchise, which is pretty cool because now we're bringing in high character guys who also want to go about things the right way, respect the game the right way, put in the time and the energy and the effort that you want to put in to get the results back. And it's really cool to see the environment kind of build with that for sure. Yeah.
Varun, Megan, Josh.
You've had 2 exit interviews now with the coaching staff in the front office. What stands out to you about the off-season plan that they set up for you?
What do you mean?
Is what format do they deliver the plan, and how much of it is something you want to do versus what they want you to do? How much collaboration is it?
Yeah, I mean, typically in the league, a lot of the younger guys probably have to be in market a little bit more. The older you get, the more experienced you are in the league, you're allowed to kind of use your own workout guys or strength and conditioning staff as you build trust within the organization and, the product that you put out there on the floor. Something that I'm really just kind of excited for going into the offseason is getting to work out with some of the younger guys. Obviously want to work out with, a lot of the guys on the team, but getting to work out with some of the younger guys early in their careers just to see how they're utilizing their summer, just to express to them how important this time off is. It's not just time off, it's more so just an enhanced and specific time to work on the things that you individually want to work on. Like we use a lot of team and a lot of practice throughout the course of the season, but now you use these months to, like I said, hone in on the things you want to get better at to help us going into next year. And like I said, being a leader of the team, just finding ways to be creative, be different, enjoy the summer, enjoy your time off because you're so locked in and dedicated for the 8 months of our season here, but find ways to continue to get better. And learn from the people that you work out with, because you can always learn something from somebody, but also teach some things that I think could be beneficial for them, not only now, but for their career.
You talk about how the plan changes when you're a younger player, if you're older player, how much you have to stay around here. How much does it change with them telling you what you need to work on versus you telling them, hey, this is where I need to improve? How does that change?
I mean, after 8 months, I think you kind of got a collaborative effort of what we think we need to work on as a player, what we need as a team, what we need from you going into next season that can help us or alter the franchise. So it differs. It just depends on who you're talking to and like what you need and what years you're in. Trick questions.
From a defensive standpoint, because everybody knows what you can do offensively, but how much do you take pride in the growth that you had on the defensive side of things this season, especially in situations where you were a one-on-one defender and having to deal with that at the top of the spear, relying on a very young group behind you, communicating what was happening?
Yeah, that's a really good question. At the beginning of the year, me and JJ, Coach JJ, talked about just putting me in a position to use my strengths defensively, which is my speed, my anticipation, my quick hands. And I think that was just kind of a testament to kind of how the season went, being able to, I think I had a career high in steals. And a lot of that was just being able to play off the backside of the actions, reads. But something that I really was able to kind of pinpoint that was a big step in growth for our team was how connected we were as a unit in general. This year we felt the help, we felt the protection, we trusted our back line granted, we have really good defenders on our team, good shot blockers, guys who are lengthy, Key, Alex, Marcus, Bilal, right? Like we have guys Malcolm, who can guard, and there's a different level, a different sense when you can trust that if you are willing to guard all out, that if you do get beat, because it happens playing at the highest level, that you have help on the backside, or that if you get beat, that there would be a rotation there to help you, and you can play off of that. And I think there have been countless times where we were able to see just how attached we were on the string, and that's with a young team. That's with a youthful team. That's with the team who is just now learning this year what coach has implemented in the ways that we want to defend. And I think it's a really good step. It's a step in the right direction. It gives us good progress, not only for our team, but for me as well. And, just find a way to continue to get better on that end.
And then your offense, going back to a conversation I had with DB last year, teaching you the quarterback position,
Yeah.
how much did that catapult you offensively in how you were reading the coverages that you were seeing on a nightly basis by reading what the safeties, as you like to call them,
Yeah.
were doing on a defensive side?
Yeah, I was just talking about that. It's for me personally, it was an extreme progression just from the beginning of the season to the end of the season. And it's like a fun challenge going out there and consistently like getting nagging coverages, different coverages throughout the course of the year, like seeing double teams or hard hedges or blitzes until you have to get off the ball, or seeing just so many coverages throughout the course of the season, throughout the course of the game is like a really fun challenge for me, because you learn from things like that, and our team was able to grow from that because they're able to read and react and find consistent ways to play against these new coverages that we see. But also, like, that just goes back to being able to play my true position, where now I'm consistently knowing what to look for and how to go about that throughout the course of the game. And it was really fun to, experience that and learn from that and grow from that. And I think that's something, a part of your game that, especially being heavy in the offense and being a big piece that this team relies on to help us on that end, is something that I always want to continue to work on and continue to grow on in my game.
Finish with Josh.
Jordan, how would you describe Keyshawn George to people who aren't very familiar with him?
I love Key. An intellectual, extremely hard worker, humble, and a high character guy. Really just impressed with the young guys that we drafted this year, just how they went about their first season, how coachable they were. Really good group. I mean, I could sit here and talk all day just about, how happy I am for the season that they had and how they learned and how they grew. But this is just only the beginning for them, and I think this is, it'll be really cool to see, how much better that they get this summer, and, how they come back next season, and, just how their careers go. But not only for Key, but just for all the rookies, I'm such a big fan of them and happy for the experience that they got and the way they kind of just progressed throughout this season.